mute real quick, little bro. Alright, but Loki, do you have a formal argument for God's existence, or do you just want to do it in natural language?
Yeah, I have an argument for God's existence.
Alright, but send it, bro. You argue this, man. Bored.
Bro,
12:30
y'all
at night.
bum ass fucking mods fucking muted with your bum ass fucking mods,
The
niggers.
word. Hold on. Go ahead and take that death one. Go ahead and take that death one, little bro. Look, I ain't typing this ass out. Fuck ass, man. Alright. Do you want to say the argument, or do you want to just send it?
So the transcendental argument goes that God is the necessary precondition for all preconditions of knowledge claims and knowledge bearers.
Wait. Let's go one by one. Okay, so God is the necessary precondition to all preconditioned knowledge claims. The verbiage there on preconditioned knowledge claims doesn't really make sense, because when you go to say a precondition, you're trying to necessarily say a condition predetermined before the said thing happens. But with knowledge, is more of just saying before this is epistemic, there's a condition that is kind of fucking redundant and like just impossible to prove.
No, there isn't.
Okay, so then just prove that there's preconditions to some type of epistemic access one can have.
Yeah, you just proved it for me. It's a self-refuting claim to even deny that there's preconditions of knowledge. You presuppose things to even have knowledge.
Wait. When you go to say precondition, what do you mean? Like, are we going to go under like a pre-assumption? Preconditions and a pre-assumption are two different things. A condition is something that needs to be met for the said thing to happen. An assumption is just going to be something.
Okay, they can fall into the same category.
Not necessarily categorically.
I never said they necessarily do, but I said they can. So I don't see what they should say.
Categorically distinct, though. So like you could say in some cases, but no, you're going to be using an arbitrary verb. When I arbitrary verbiage, you're just going to be using some type of lexical definition. I said lexical. Okay, I'm actually. Yeah, I'm jargoning, but yeah, you're just
stop trying to be jargon, because that shit won't work with me, bro.
You're just using like idiosyncratic words you really don't know. I mean, sure, it could be, but that's not the main verbiage of it.
Yeah, I never said that's what it is. I never gave it identity in terms of the category. I said it falls into the category.
You said it categorically.
So hold on. Let me explain because you don't understand. A presupposition can be a precondition. And in this case, the presuppositions that you have are preconditions to even have anything in terms of knowledge.
Wait. Okay, there's two problems with this, because you're going to go ahead and make a modal claim to saying it can be, but the first claim was that it's a precondition to all knowledge. That's a totality. And you just move to modal claim because you're...
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but you're misrepresenting your argument. No, you're misrepresenting what I said.
No.
I said there are objectively preconditions, and presuppositions themselves can be preconditioned. So that's two different things.
Okay. You're kind of confusing your own argument here. I think, what's happening here is you're more of just trying to confuse the modal terms, but let's just get this straight, right? You're more of just saying there's necessary precondition, or there's preconditions to all knowledge, right? And okay, there's preconditions. I can agree that there's pre-assumptions. If the verb is there, it's synonymous, and I can agree there's preconditions under the pretense we're going by. What's it called? Yeah. Oh my God, assumptions. Sure, I could agree to that. Now what? That doesn't really give you anything to lead into God.
All right. So do you understand that there's preconditions and presuppositions that you have when you even have any knowledge claim or bearer?
When you have any knowledge claim,
yes, you presuppose things.
Like, are we talking about like the fallacy, like a knowledge claim? I mean, or just a claim.
What I'm saying is when you make any knowledge claim or have any knowledge, you presuppose things.
Okay, presuppose things.
Yes, they are necessary.
Presupposing, sure. When you make a claim about something, you're under presupposition, sure.
Yeah, so if you want an example, because you don't know what this is.
I don't care about an example.
The point of tag is called a transcendental argument. So any transcendental that you have, you presuppose in order to have any knowledge claim or engage in any topic in philosophy, whether that is metaphysics, epistemology, or ethics.
Okay, let's just make this critical, because you're kind of repeating the own same thing. Okay, yeah, sure. Going under any claim. Yeah, okay, I understand and I agree, but going under any claim, you will have some type of presupposition. Is it subconsciously or not subconsciously? Okay, yes, I understand. Now what?
All right, so God is a necessary precondition of those preconditions.
God is a necessary. Wait, what do you define God as?
What do you say?
What do you define God as?
The Eastern Orthodox God.
Wait, repeat that.
The Eastern Orthodox God.
The Eastern Orthodox. Okay, yeah. What's the properties of that? What there is just giving necessary preconditions.
You don't know the properties of the Christian God?
Yeah, not necessarily, man. I haven't really
Alright,
looked up on it.
supreme, so a supreme metaphysically ultimate being.
Okay, and going by virtue of those properties, what warrants that claim you made earlier? That's just gonna be the question here, then.
What you say?
Okay, yeah. So going by those properties, what warrants that he's a necessary precondition to every single claim?
Well, well, it depends on what scope you're asking the question. Because if we,
Just
when we
really
have
asking
universal,
logically.
hold on, when we have universal and immanent invariant entities and concepts that exist, we need a universal and immanent invariant being to even grant those things. So
Wait, okay.
the
Let's
fact
just
that
like
he very,
let's just wait. Let's just
uh,
like dial this down because I don't want to have to get into many types of scopes. We'll just say logically, what is the P and not P with me making a proposition without presupposing God there?
uh, it doesn't accurately justify or give an accurate account or grounding for those things because it doesn't hold the properties of those things or above them. Like I just
Wait,
explained.
that doesn't really make sense. That's not really informative. All you said is it doesn't hold properties of said thing, but like the reason it would need to hold that properties in itself wasn't questioned. That's like just a kind of question big. It's really not informative.
Yeah, no, because physics cannot ground metaphysics. This is like
Physics
analytical.
cannot ground metaphysics.
Yeah, if
Okay,
something is
so
above something, if something is above something, cannot precede it. So I cannot
um
justify. Hold on, the finite human mind cannot justify an infinite universal concept
okay,
because by
there's a
definition, those things are different.
okay, but okay, so the problem there is that's like saying, well, we cannot grasp non-physical because we are only physical. But when we have theoretical analysis and experimental situations where we have hypothesis of things being non-physical, well, then it obtains this new field. Even though the lens we previously seen were physical, we've been introduced to a new concept. That's just like an evolutionary standpoint. I don't see really how you're getting anywhere with that.
Yeah,
It's like more of saying, wait. It's more of like saying, okay, well, we have this, and now, well, this is the complete opposite. Now we can't have access to this. Not necessarily when we're being introduced to said unit or something with the same property. You didn't
that
really
has
go
nothing to do with
anywhere
the
with that.
argument.
Um, I mean, you just really didn't go anywhere with that. It was more just evolution, but like, and we
Yeah,
didn't get into
again,
that.
you didn't. That doesn't attack the argument in any way.
It does because you're more saying, okay, well, the analogy or the analogical proof you gave there was that, okay, science can't ground metaphysics, right? And I was going to say, oh, well, necessarily, I mean, not necessarily, but we have ways to ground metaphysics. You're trying to use that, analogy in reference to justify, God being,
I don't think
the
you know what
assumption
ground
to everything.
means.
Huh?
Ground isn't. I don't think you know what ground is. Ground isn't justification in terms of theory or evidence of the thing's
It's a
existence.
foundation.
That's not what ground. Yeah, so the foundation. Physics isn't the foundation for metaphysics. That doesn't make sense. Metaphysics
No shit,
precedes
that's not what I'm
physics.
saying.
No, I'm
Oh, but
I'm
if God
explaining what
exists,
my argument is, which is why your argument doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't explain. It doesn't make an argument against what I've said because you're not even attacking what I'm even saying. You're
I,
thinking of justification in terms of like theories and deducing knowledge with some sort of tools or apparatus, but that's not the type of grounding or justification I'm talking about here. Grounding is like your mother being the ground for your existence. So she's the foundation of your existence or the meaning of your existence, and you cannot exist yourself. So you cannot justify your own existence, but you can justify your own existence in sense of providing evidence for why you exist, which is your mother. That's what I mean. So there's no grounding in metaphysics through physics because physics comes after metaphysics. Meta
Okay,
as a
wait,
prefix
wait,
needs
wait,
to be
wait, wait,
above
wait, wait,
or
wait.
after.
I'm confused. What's the relevance there then? Because before it was some type of analogical proof propositionally, because we would have some type of basis there. But now you're just more yapping. It's not like you don't have an analogical account now. Like analogy gets you nowhere. If we're not
No,
going to
the
go with the
point.
other.
All right, so the point is, things that have lower ontological status cannot ground things with higher ontological status, which is why I
How
said
do you?
universal. Hold on, which is why I said universals, immanent, invariant entities and concepts like mathematics and logic cannot be grounded in something that's finite and not universal and like a human being. So it has to be grounded in something above that. Which the
Okay,
only thing we can account for that's above that is God.
first off, that claim is just like blatantly false. Like, well, like I said, flaw, false. And then second off, I don't see how you gauge some type of unit of axiology off of ontology. Like when you go to say lower ontology, like how do you gauge this axiology there? Like that's just kind of retarded, in my opinion, right? Because in itself, that's going to be more innately subjective. You're just going to be giving an opinion on the properties it has or the usages it has, and then just not really. It's just going to be subjective in itself, right? So I don't think there's necessarily a way you could gouge that to be ontologically lower or ontologically
You
lower. And
don't
then the other thing,
think you,
hmm?
you don't think I can gauge that metaphysics is ontologically higher than physics?
Not objectively. I mean, subjectively,
How?
you might be able to get a count. Again, like I just said, you'll just be giving some type of expense or you're just be giving your oh my god, you'll just be
That's
expending some type
false.
of judgment over the values or not the values of the properties of that thing and the usages and the utilities. That's really it.
Yeah, that's
And
false.
there's no way to compare necessarily the usages of metaphysics to fucking physics.
I don't think you
Wait, you said
understand the
that's
argument.
false? Wait, okay, how is that false? Go ahead.
Yeah, because what I'm saying is not subjective. We have analytics for a reason in philosophy. So, words have meanings and semantics for a reason. They are objective. We cannot change those things.
Wait,
Otherwise,
wait,
all
wait, wait,
dialect and
wait,
reason. Hold on.
wait,
Otherwise, all
wait.
dialect
I
and
think you're
reason become
confused.
impossible.
Wait, okay. First off, language in itself is fucking subjective. It changes all the fucking time. I don't see how that's like any argument.
You can never
Um,
justify that.
yeah, sure. There's different definitions to words, and words have no absolute meaning. How you could go ahead and say okay
That's
and mean something
different.
different.
That's a different claim.
Wait,
That's a
then what do
different claim.
you wait? Okay, just to be clear here, we're
Words having
referencing
different
the
meanings
meaning
doesn't
of
mean it's
words.
subjective.
Yes, no, no, it does mean it's subjective because the word itself, sure, can objectively exist, but the meaning, the utility, and the essence of the word is changeable. That's just not
No, that's
objective.
not what that
How
means.
you
That's a complete false presupposition. You do
hold
know
up?
that a word having multiple. Okay. Anyway, so I'll just repeat when he's back. You do know a word having multiple meanings doesn't mean it's subjective if the meanings themselves that are in multiplicity um have objective meanings in of themselves. So a door, let's say a door has a definition which is wood, and it has another definition which is glass. That doesn't make it subjective because glass is still an objective definition for door. So he's not going anywhere with the argument. Uh, yeah, he's not understanding the argument at all. He lost in the whole source. Interested in looking at right? Yep. Yes, sir. All right, I'll be waiting.
Hold up, yo, what was the topic, by the way?
God's existence.
Say that again.
God's existence.
Oh, okay. So you're taking theism or
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay.
It's just lovely. What? uh, where's this guy? He's in ChatGPT or something?
Okay, I'm back.
Right?
Oh, the fuck is my profile not letting it for? Okay. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, what was the last thing you
Multiplicity in the word doesn't make it subjective because that still means that multiple definitions are objective.
Those, okay. What the fuck? Okay, so just to be clear, what do you think objective is?
Mind independent or not opinionated.
Not opinionated.
Yeah, no subject to opinion.
Okay, so when you go to say not opinionated, what variable does that contain? So would you say a not opinionated would mean intersubjective? Because that's all language really is. And what you just said there, like literally just goes against that. Like that's not objective, it's just intersubjective. Um, you understand the word doesn't have one actual value that denotes it being objective. It can be used context dependent, meaning circumstantial or circumstantial, whatever. That like basically the useful notion of being objective. I don't know what it's really talking about there.
Okay, that's so relevant. We don't care about
That's not
elocution.
relevant.
No, it's not, because what you described is called elocution if you've studied linguistics. Elocution is the context or implications you can give to a word in different scenarios or contexts. That doesn't have nothing to do with the locution of a word, which is the literal definition of the word. The literal definition of the word doesn't change when you apply it in different contexts. So that's still an irrelevant proposition.
I see that as literally just a meaningless statement. When you go to say the literal meaning of a word doesn't really change the context dependent, but words vary on how they're used and the contexts they're used in. So for example, when you like go to say when we go to say buy, it has various meanings, right? You could use it in different contexts. We could go to say, oh, well, buy as in you're leaving, or as in they're leaving, right? Um, just like it's circumstantial, right? And by the way, I don't know if your linguistical account is like that shit is just like kind of retarded. I don't know if you actually got that from like a real source or like a real fucking language teacher. Like that's just kind of dumb.
Elocution, you don't know what that is? You think that's
No, I know
retarded?
what it is, but I know like the way you're using it, trying to denote that shit is just fucking retarded.
No,
Like
it's
again,
not.
like I
Those
don't
are the
know if
literal
you
definitions of those words.
those are the literal. There is no literal definition to the word. That's like what you're kind of forgetting. Like
Wait, you think there's no literal definition of words?
I'm not gonna say all words necessarily, but most words no, there's not a literal definition. There's multiple
Alright.
definitions, but there's no
What's your epistemic foundation for that?
my epistemic foundation. This nigga's
Mm-hmm.
retarded, but the foundation
Alright.
is actually just
You wanna conclude, bro? This is
gonna
not
be
going anywhere.
objective. Like I don't know what to tell you. Sure, what do you want to
Do you
conclude
wanna?
to?
It's not going anywhere. Alright.
Sure, what do you want to conclude to?